Welcome back, Benchroomers, to another episode. After a weekend where Liverpool handed the title over to Man City, after an amazing performance from Spurs, let's not forget, Klopp reminded us, they're a fifth position team. All right. Chelsea dropping points at home, making the new ownership having buyer's remorse already pretty early on. Yet, Manchester United still take the cake. Being 4 down and subbing Maguire on. That sums up their season pretty much. So I think we're ready to get into it. We are the Benchroomers. My name is Eric.
Nick.
John.
Marco.
Polo.
Nick, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to take a shot so early on, but you're looking like, title hopes are kind of shot right now.
Nah, Champions League.
All right. Well, we'll definitely talk about that. But first of all, if you want to give us a like, subscribe, all that good stuff down below, please. We really appreciate it. It goes a very, very long way. Rate on this podcast or review on this podcast does help out a lot as well. So all that is greatly appreciated. Come share your voice on the bench. We got Josh Howard coming back on.
Oh, when is Josh Howard back?
Whenever he said when he's back.
Oh, he just got back, so yeah. Settle in first.
So he start coming. Obviously Jose's been coming regularly. So come share your voice. We want to have more people on here, so let's definitely do it. How are you guys? How have you guys been?
Good. Can't complain. A little tired.
Not tired.
Very well.
Very well.
Very well.
I don't know. The energy. Yeah. Oh, you're nervous.
I'm nervous.
We got some time.
Yeah, we got a couple days.
We got for
Thursday.
Oh, for that. Okay,
for that,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
no.
I mean, that makes me even more nervous now that you bring it up. But no, nervous just in general because two of my teams are in a big battle right now. So specifically this Thursday, but we'll get to it.
Yeah, definitely. So a lot to talk about. We got a warm-up question for you guys, before we kick things off. And if you want to play that game again, we can definitely do that. Up to you guys.
I'm tapping out right now because I'm not.
Yeah, did you? Well,
I heard it, and I was like, I cannot do what he did. But when I say he is Josue.
Yeah, and I'm sorry we didn't have an episode last week. We had technical difficulties, and
it's not my turn this time. It wasn't my fault.
It was.
If it would have, it is technically still my fault because I wasn't here. But it's not my fault.
We have a backup. But once the pressure mounted,
there's technical difficulties.
Once the pressure mounted, the backup did not know what to do.
Plan B was looking for plan C.
If you want to know how simple the mistake started, and then kind of just followed up on top of that.
So it was a quick fix, and you guys made it worse.
That was the beginning. That was the beginning of the iceberg, and then it just got bigger and bigger after that. So we're here talking. Audio was not working. We're trying to figure it out, and then, I go check, see what's going on. I figured that he kind of got things turned on to begin with. Turned on.
Mm-hmm.
Hence,
and then
all the mics were turned off.
Oh,
which is why none of the audio was coming in, and then but we started the problems, and then it just got worse from there. So, no,
I've been there. I've done that. Yeah, I've actually. I think I given Eric the day that we switched the microphones that your battery died. Mm-hmm. The receiver was off, and I'm like, why is Eric not being heard right now? Like, why is this? I'm like, oh shit, that's an extra receiver that had to. I didn't turn it on.
So it started.
Don't worry.
But hopefully that won't happen again. But we are back, and we have a lot of games to talk about. So again, my warm-up question for you guys is, given the context of everything going on, Champions League knockout for Man City, the league run for Man City and Liverpool, Champions League run for Ancelotti and Real Madrid. So my question to you guys is, which manager would you want to lead your team to a Champions League final, with the exception of the current manager? So you can't choose Klopp, you can't choose Ancelotti.
Zidane.
That's kind of an easy one, actually. Yeah, that's pretty easy. As a Real Madrid fan, that's probably your first choice.
So you can choose any manager of all time.
Any manager, just minus the exception of Klopp, to lead your team into the Champions League final.
Pep Guardiola.
Just to lose it?
Just to lose?
Yeah, but remember, he can't beat it without Barcelona.
He's made 4 finals? I think Zidane has made 3. So I mean, still, you said
he's made 4 finals.
You're going to the final.
But how many of those finals?
Trying to win
how many of those finals did he win?
Yeah, you're not trying to get to the final.
Huh?
You're winning.
How many of those finals did he win?
2. I think he's 2-1 right now.
I'd give it.
I'm thinking Man City, though. You're thinking You're thinking old Pep. That's why. Zidane.
Zidane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
Who else can I choose?
Yeah.
Like, he is known for making it and winning it. So
I'd probably go Ancelotti. As an Arsenal fan.
as an Arsenal fan,
As an
okay.
Arsenal fan. As an
Yeah,
Arsenal Madrid,
yeah.
I'd definitely go with
You have to pick
Zidane,
one.
yeah.
But if you were picking, then yeah, Ancelotti
Yeah.
would be the next best.
Yeah, because I mean, I see a lot of people picking Pep, and this is why I kind of wanted to see what you guys were, especially what kind of what you would think, Nick. But I'm kind of surprised because we see Champions League isn't the strongest suit, but when it comes to Ancelotti, even Mourinho,
Well, nobody said Luis Enrique either.
Luis Enrique,
Luis Enrique was a
Yeah.
phenomenal coach for Barcelona at the time, and I think he was also one of the trouble.
Yeah. So, yeah, my warm up question for you guys. Just wanted to get the gears grinding on there. Any questions you guys have? Anything you wanna throw some fire to the wood here? Some wood to the fire. Sorry.
So
fire to the wood.
It doesn't hurt. Superpowers and shit.
I'm Aang the Avatar, bro.
Superpowers.
You didn't know?
All right. Well, actually, on the topic of superpowers, just because it randomly came to me,
Okay. Talk to me.
choose the superpower.
Choose the superpower.
What would you want? What would you want? You can have one superpower.
One superpower. For what? For like a game or like
No,
during the game or just in general?
Just
like,
in general.
Okay, so I'm a superhero and I get to choose one power. Okay. So, but I'm gonna be a superhero.
Sure.
How long do I
Okay.
get the power for?
Yeah.
That's your power. That's yours.
How long
Okay.
is it for? Like a day, for an
It's
hour, for the rest of my life?
Indefinitely.
Okay.
definitely.
So something that you'll enjoy doing a long time. Because I probably enjoy being invisible for like a bit.
I was
but then
about to
get bored
say,
after a while.
but if I can turn it on and off, like I'll be invisible for the rest of my life. Like
Damn,
on and off
what's
kind
wrong
of
with you,
thing.
bro? That honestly, we got some more questions to ask about that. That's what you're saying right now.
Are
You
you
okay,
good? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'll be invisible.
We're here
If I can
for
turn it
you.
on and off,
bro?
We're here for
Look.
run.
I want you to know,
I can. Oh, you know what? No, I'll take flight because I can go to
Marco.
Guatemala every
Marco.
couple of hours.
Marco. I
What's
want
up?
you to know, I see you. I want it to be very clear, okay?
What am I, Juan Cena? You can't see me.
Once and
Juan Cena.
Oh my
Spanish.
God.
Oh
my
I'm over
It took
here
you
not-
guys a minute too. That's crazy.
What
dude.
did that? That's what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
Oh,
No, I might do fly just so I can go to Guatemala like every so often.
I probably second that. Just want to hear what you guys have to say real quick.
I'd go invincibility.
Invincibility, okay.
Invincibility. Oh, I'll go with speed.
Speed.
Yeah.
Is that rápido,
Man,
pato?
what's with drugs right now.
I'm always late to work, so speed might help.
Speed would not help me. You would be on time at work.
Probably not.
I'd probably go flying too, honestly. Yeah.
Imagine it'd be like, what
You
are you doing this weekend? Eric, let's just quick fly out to watch an Arsenal game.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
And
Those are
fly-
best
and
seats
watch
in
it
the
over
house.
stadium, watch
Best
it
seats
first.
in the
you know what?
house.
You know what? Fuck it.
Yeah.
We're there.
Oh, teleportation?
There you go. Even better.
Oh.
We don't waste the time of flying.
Or what if we could just control the minds of get into the minds of others and we'll just jump into somebody who's at the stadium watching it with their eyes.
I would still be in the bench because that sucked. I'll watch it from the bench.
Wow.
I just ruined
That's a
every
lot of-
momentum.
That's a lot of airfare money we'd save.
Who's saying we were paying airfare? We're flying, motherfucker.
That's what I'm
That's a lot
saying.
of
We
air-
would
you would
save.
save.
You
You
would
would
save
save
on
I
money.
airfare.
You'd
don't have to
save.
be paying airfare.
Oh,
Damn, I
you-
ain't paying no airfare to fly myself. I'm Superman.
You-
But yeah, that is it for warm up. Let us know what superpower you would like. Let us know which manager you would want. But if you guys are all ready to get into kickoff, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Alrighty. So first game, Liverpool, Spurs. 1-1. I've never thought I'd have an anxiety for a Liverpool game. But this one, I was anxious. I was definitely anxious, and I'm
I was-
happy.
I was pissed at the beginning.
Yeah, I was very upset. But I'm happy that Luis Diaz saved the day. Nick, talk to me.
He's a pretty good player.
Signing of the season?
Half,
Mind you, he only came during the winter.
yeah, I think so. I don't think Liverpool are where they are without him. I don't think they're in the Champions League final without him. I don't think they're in the Premier League title race without him. Yeah, it just he's his signing is like if you look at like Luis Suarez in like 2011 as well, like he came in, he was kind of off as well, but the next season he was absolutely brilliant. kind of the opposite of Luis Diaz, where he comes in, he's absolutely brilliant. So yeah, I'd say he's definitely signing of the season. It's probably up there, probably top 10 January signings of all time, along with Suarez, Marcelo, a couple others. So he's been crazy. He's probably Liverpool's best attacker on current form at the moment. So I don't think if Champions League final on the 28th, FA Cup final this weekend, I don't think there's a lineup without him. I think he's one of the first names on the team sheet right now, just because he just offers way more threat than what Mane, Salah, and Jota or Firmino are currently offering. But on the game itself, I thought it was more credit to Tottenham. It was kind of the same thing I saw at the away at their place in December, I believe. It's kind of, I think the whole point of the game is their wing backs. Whenever I think the wing backs played particularly very well, away and home at Anfield, with Emerson Royale and Ryan Sessegnon, who both played in the both fixtures. Emerson kind of dealt with Luis Diaz pretty well in the first half. I think he actually offered something away up in the attack, and Ryan Sessegnon, I think in both games was actually pretty well. So they kind of like countered Liverpool's wingers in Salah and Luis Diaz, and actually offered something up top. It's kind of what I always expected going up against Tottenham, particularly with Antonio Conte. Even going into the first game in December, where like that square of well, not back then, but now Højbjerg, Bentancur, and one of Romero and one of Eric Dyer, Ben Davies is very compact, really packed the box. So, and obviously we all know Kane's gonna drop deep and let one of Kulusevski or Heung-min Son let on the break, and that's what they did and what everyone kind of else expects. Like it's nothing. It's not like rocket science. You kind of expect what Tottenham are gonna do. It's mostly what most teams try to do against Liverpool. Try to hit them on the counter or in transition. So I thought Liverpool played pretty well. Even before the goal, it wasn't like Man City at Wembley kind of performance, but I thought they played pretty well. And even when the first goal game went in, I think after like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, you kind of just saw the sustaining of pressure. And Luis Diaz did get lucky. I kind of thought Liverpool were going to go on to win after that because they were kind of peppering them. It was kind of, I think it was pre-planned substitutions with Simicas and Naby Keita, because I don't think there are substitutions that you make if like the actual context of the game. Like I don't think you're going to sub out Andy Robertson for Simicas or Naby Keita in the 88th minute when you have Origi on the bench or someone else. So I think it was more credit to Tottenham. I kind of expected. I didn't expect them to play that well, particularly their players who aren't good, like Emerson and Ben Davies. Like they are pretty much good players, which I didn't expect. But I think it was definitely Antonio Conte. But I don't think it was some crazy Tottenham performance. Like I'll give them credit, but it wasn't like he coached like a 3-0 or some shit.
So if there was someone better than Emerson crossing that ball in, it could have been a lot worse.
Well, there was another opportunity at the very end where Spurs could have taken it, where
Yeah,
all it was a square header from Højbjerg that he kind of shanked it. But it kind of seems like Liverpool played into Spurs into the strengths, which you can't really fault Liverpool for playing. That's the way they play. And
Yeah, a team like Liverpool is not going to compromise the way they play just to accommodate or just to defend against the opposition. So yeah.
So that kind of wants to bring me to my next point. How do you guys feel about Klopp's comment saying, it's what do you expect? It's a fifth club team. You can coach the best players to do just sit in the box all you want. And I'm shortening everything he said, but he pretty much just battered he didn't banter it, but he sort of bantered it. He said it with an undertone, like that's why they're in fifth place and not really challenging for anything.
Yeah, Klopp doesn't really like deep blocks at all. I think he says some crazy stuff against Burnley again on Sean Dyche. It wasn't anything special from Antonio Conte. It's what everyone else expected. Like I said again, it wasn't some free flowing football.
Yeah.
It was all right. I mean, and to be honest, like Antonio Conte, the fifth position is also like he probably should have gone for the win. They probably could have gotten the win in the last minute with Højbjerg, but I think after they got that one goal, it's kind of everyone's expecting. They kind of sat back and wish they did pretty well getting a point. But if you look at it, after the game, I think them trying to like I think a lot of people say, oh, it's a good point at Anfield, but you have to consider you're 2 games away, 3 games away from the season, and then you kind of
the whole contest, not the best
if
result.
they were to win that North London derby game, could actually put them into their own hands and get in Champions League. Now, even if they do win, it's not even in their hands. Yeah. So
So that's the thing. Commentators, it's a great point away at Anfield, but that doesn't really change the current situation that they're currently in. So
Right, like if this game was in like November, it'd be
yeah,
a great point at Anfield.
yeah.
But considering
Right now
you're
it's all about 3 points.
right, exactly like I said, like even if
All
you do
about 3
beat North
points.
London Derby against Arsenal at home, like you're
Yeah.
not even in like pole position. It's not in your hands. So
Yeah, great game overall, Nick. I do have some of a hot take for Liverpool, and I asked my brother this over the weekend, so I'm not gonna put words in his mouth. I'll let him answer it whenever he decides to answer it, if on the podcast or to you guys or whatever. But with the help of Marco, he gave me some stats earlier, and I really started thinking about like the players that Liverpool recruited. You know, Salah gets, I'd say, most of the hype, but I feel like somebody who probably deserves more of it is Mane. And the reason I say that is because when he came in, and I think maybe correct me if I'm wrong, but he came in as a right winger. Then Salah came in. Salah obviously did what he did his first season, broke records, but Mane also had a great first season. He had 29 appearances, 13 goals, 5 assists his first year with Liverpool. Following 10 goals, 7 assists the following season. So they're not bad numbers. 17 goal contributions overall with Salah being there and Salah breaking the record. So he went from playing right wing, then going to play on the left wing, and now he's kind of playing in the center forward role. He's really been there. It's like he's kind of been like a necessity in that front three in each one of these different periods now where he's playing. Do you agree, or how would you react to that if I say that Mane was probably the better signing for Liverpool than Salah?
he's definitely the catalyst of the Klopp project. I think he signed Firmino first, and then Sadio Mane, who was really like the superstar breakout coming in from Southampton. I do agree with the he hasn't gotten his flowers. He's obviously gotten his flowers,
Yeah.
but obviously under Salah, the player who's going to score the most goals. Like it's for example, Kane, he scores more goals than Heung-min Son. Obviously not this season, but Tottenham career. Heung-min Son's also a fantastic player, but obviously Harry Kane gets applauded for other reasons, English or whatever, right? I think that's probably the case with Sadio Mane. I think after his first season, 16, 17, 17, 18, particularly 2018 through 2020, he was Liverpool's best player, top 2 best player, along with Mane and Van Dijk, especially the 2018-2019 season, when it was really the run into like the second half of the season where he was just starting, like he was crazy, bro. Like he was honestly on like pure ability, like one of the best left wingers I've seen, like of all time. Like that 2018 through 2020 period, that second half of 2018-2019 was crazy. Like Bayern Munich away, carrying Liverpool in the attack, 22 non-penalty goals, Golden Boot along with Salah and Aubameyang. And then the next season, which I think was probably Salah's worst season, he pretty much not carried, but led Liverpool's attack to a 99 Premier League point title. And it was kind of a prime example of this is Jordan Henderson got, I think it was FWA Player of the Year, and he got Liverpool's Player of the Year, I believe. Sadio Mane actually, like, he was crazy that season. That 1920 season, Liverpool's league winning season was ridiculous. He was quite clearly Liverpool's best player that year, and he didn't get his plotted. So obviously now with the whole AFCON World Cup qualifying, what he's done for Senegal has been absolutely crazy. So I would agree on him kind of being under Salah, but Mane has equally contributed to Salah. Maybe some could argue even more because
I would say
you can say he's absolutely clutch. Where Salah is sometimes he doesn't show up in the run-ins. Mane in 1920 and also 18-19 Champions League final against Real Madrid, he scored a goal to make it 1-1, and then obviously Bayern Munich away scored 2 goals, putting Neuer in his ass. So Mane's always been clutch, and he's always been a crazy player.
And he's so versatile. I mean, he started right wing, he moved over to left. Now he plays that center forward role. So I mean, it just shows he can adapt into any situation. And you mentioned that before too, that he can't necessarily take on players as well as he used to. So he kind of fits that that central forward role. So he's great at adapting. So absolutely.
Yeah, I think it's funny you mentioned that because today there was actually pretty good reports that he's linked away to Bayern Munich. And so,
how do you feel about that? Does that scare you at all? Like if you were to leave?
I think it obviously depends on what the good offer. Like with Salah as well, if a good offer comes in, I think you'd consider it. So they've obviously considered it with Coutinho and others. So, But on Mane, I think it's a weird one because I think before he kind of got transitioned to that false nine position, I was kind of say I'm not sure about a new contract now, but I think now that he's actually transitioned into the false nine position and he's actually excelled in that position, I think it kind of gives FSG and John W. Henry's a kind of different perspective on whether they should give Sadio Mane the contract, because I think particularly with FSG, like they're pretty stingent on contracts, which is at the end of the day is a business. And if you look at the ladder and if you look at that past history, it's worked out with them well. They know when to get rid of players, they know when to keep players, and they're not gonna offer a 30-year contract, 5 years on 250 grand a week. So it's not really smart business, but it's I don't know. It all depends on the offer. Like for example, if a 70 million offer comes in, I think Liverpool would probably consider it.
How old is he?
I think he's 29.
This would be his last definitely his last contract.
Yeah, it'd be like a 2-year, 3-year. I also saw Gnabry's Sadio Mane swap link, so his situation is interesting. Which Salah's situation is also interesting, obviously, but obviously Firmino, because all their contracts run out next season, so there could be a case where 2 out of 3 Liverpool's OG front three of Salah, Mane, Firmino leave Liverpool for a cut price, and it'd definitely be a pretty shock if they don't get a contract extension, but they actually do stay and ride out their whole contract until they get sold on a free, not sold, but leave on a free next season. So yeah, but on the whole Sadio Mane thing, I would have to have more time to think whether he's what was the question, more impact type thing.
Yeah, but over the long term of Liverpool's recent success, he probably had the better impact on Liverpool and Salah.
Yeah, I'd have to give more of that of a thing, but on the flowers, yeah, for sure, he's not much talked about. I think for 2019 Ballon d'Or, I think he got fourth. I believe, and which is completely deserved. Like that last season was crazy.
But that wraps up our Liverpool talk. Let us know what you guys think on that whole little front three challenge up there between Salah, Mane, and now Luis Diaz. But let's move on to you hear the clapping. Yeah, I'm guessing you know where it's coming. Brighton playing like prime time Barcelona. Cucurella channeling his inner. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he used to be in the Barcelona training academy. So if I'm correct, channeling those Barcelona roots.
I mean, when you have as much space as he did.
And United 4-0 down, 3/4 of the way in, and you're subbing Maguire to save the day.
Oh, I was so pissed.
All right, guys, let's talk over here, man.
I was so pissed.
I mean, honestly, dude, I don't even know. I wasn't expecting. I don't think okay. None of us were expecting this result. That's pretty clear, right? Maybe a draw. You're away at home. Maybe a loss, 1-0, 2-1, but
4-0. Not 4-0.
What was your reaction? Like everything, like 1-0, like shit, 2-0, like oh, what the fuck, and then it just like continued.
Once that third goal went in, it was just like, all right, well, here we go again. And luckily for me, I was actually running errands, so I'm glad that I didn't watch the rest of the game, because once that third goal went in, I was just like, all right, well,
you're done.
This does sum up our season. And I guess they thought that they were going on a beach trip, not to go play a football match. So they clearly hung their boots out nice and early. They brought their lawn chairs, their beach chairs, their umbrellas.
Checked out.
And they were hanging out, which I mean, shit.
That officially puts you out of Champions now, right?
Technically, no.
I thought it did. I thought this was.
Oh no, because you yes, because you guys did also. Yeah, you guys won. That's why. So yeah. So now we're fighting for. We might even be fighting. We might even be fighting for Conference League if West Ham can get another result.
yeah, for real, right? That's crazy. But now with no Champions League, there's reports that there's gonna be major wage cuts going on now. At the club, Ronaldo's supposed to be making how much less now?
97,000 a week.
Oh my god, what do you do for him? So he must
be really upset. He's definitely gonna go pour out.
We're definitely gonna see a lot more of his sponsorship ads on social media. We're gonna see a lot more of that.
Oh, you gotta love that PR team you guys have, man. But the comments that were made after the game, I'm sure you guys probably saw the interviews or heard the chance.
You don't deserve to wear the shirt.
Yeah. Yes. And Bruno, I mean,
Bruno agreed.
unapologetically, he agreed.
Yeah.
I mean, with that result, how can you not agree? What are your
Good on him for just putting it out there. I mean, it's.
I kind of know. I don't know what to ask you honestly in this game because it's so hard to even break it down tactically because Brighton just looked so dominant over you guys, and it was kind of crazy to watch honestly. Granted, Ronaldo wasn't in his best of form that game, but I said he's probably one of the better players you guys had in the past recent games. He's looked really sharp with the exception of this game. But damn man, does Ten Hag really have what it takes to solve this issue? And the reason I'm asking this is coming on the back of what Ragnick said, where he said Luis Diaz is the player that he mentioned. Alvaro, who's going to Manchester City, is the player that he mentioned. All these players that he's like, I told the club to get these players, and when they told him no, he's like, I don't know. They're not listening to me. This is the guy who you guys apparently brought in to advise the club. Now he's going to go manage Austria, I think.
Yeah,
the national team.
Yeah.
But he's going to work for Manchester United in, a couple weeks out of the year. He has the best gig in the world, man. I have no idea how he landed that job. But the way he managed to get that gig, manage the national team, and then have a part-time job with United, advising them, oh, God, he hustled
Hopefully it's not tactics that he's advising because they're doing shit under him.
He's I don't know. No, they're recruitment, but
it just shows that we just need a major rebuild from top to bottom. I mean, if he's trying to advise the board the kind of players that he wants to get and what would hopefully fit the system, and they tell him no, and then this is what happens. So now we won't know now what would have happened if they would have said yes. So now we're only going by you should have listened to me. It's kind of how it kind of feels, and I mean I'm at a point personally where I'm just like, you know what, let's wait for the summer.
So I guess that's where I'm trying to go. Do you expect there to be change from here until the summer? Do you think that all of a sudden they're going to start listening to whatever Ten Hag's demands are or whatever?
I think it will be a change just because supposedly that was one of the stipulations for Ten Hag to even come, is that he wanted to make sure that he is directly involved with all the recruitment, whether it's within or just getting players in the summer. So, if those reports are to be true, then the board must be supporting him in any way, shape, or form. So I would assume that there will be a big change.
You think the fact that they're not going to be in Champions League and with the wage cuts that they're going to get, do you think it's going to reduce the amount of money that they're willing to give them for the summer transfer window? Do you think that this is a team that has to worry about that?
No.
I think it's more reputation than actual money at this point.
Yeah.
The fact that you guys aren't in Champions League and have been looking inconsistent for the past couple of years, just like Arsenal, Spurs as well. Players are going to question it's not guaranteed Champions League there. Although you look at the team sheet, I mean, you guys have, on paper, star players. They're just not playing like it. It'd be an interesting summer for you guys.
It's gonna be a fun summer. It's gonna be a fun summer. That's at this point. That's what I'm waiting for. I mean, we'll get smacked by Palace on the last day of the season, and that'll be it.
This is the first time we're not going to see Ronaldo in the Champions League.
I don't think he's going to stay there for that.
So, do you guys think he's leaving now?
I think he's leaving.
Nick, you think he's staying?
I don't think.
I don't see who
think
would
he
pick
stays?
him up. He can't go to the U.S. So.
Well, I heard PSG
Why not?
rumors.
Oh, you can't go to that. That's right.
I heard PSG rumors, which
I wouldn't be surprised there.
Because Mbappe's leaving, put him in there. I would like to see that.
Well, we'll get to it later, but there's
a
rumors on that shit.
Fabrizio denied it. So
Did he?
Yeah.
I was expecting that. I was like, the only person I trust is him.
Yeah, he's the GOAT.
Yeah.
But
and today they were going crazy because Mbappe was in Madrid.
yeah, he's going, bro.
Yeah. He was with Hakimi.
Oh shit, that's a player that they should never let go. But
They can always get him back.
But yeah, so United 4-0 to Brighton, a result that nobody really expected.
Yeah. And I was pissed that you brought up Maguire being subbed in. I understand why you brought in another defender, but in my eyes, as soon as I saw the third goal in, the third goal go in, first thing I thought of was, okay, look at the bench. You have Garnacho in there, who's up and coming. He's one of our superstars in the academy. Just give him 20, 30 minutes. We're not going to come back at this point.
That's a good question. Point right there. So the next game is going forward after seeing his performances. Do you give these academy players just give them the last couple games, or is it not the right environment to put them in?
There's
I
only
think-
one game left.
Yeah,
This is the best environment to put him in. Like everything's so toxic right now.
yeah, but they gotta
they
get
wanna
game,
play
they
like
gotta
that?
get game time.
One
You gotta
game,
give
is that really gonna make a difference?
Yeah, but at least it'll get him a feel for the system and what
Feel
have you.
for a
But
bad environment.
Why did he sub Maguire in? It's kind of disrespectful.
he didn't want any more goals to go in.
That's fucked up.
Which at that point, just fucking put Garnacho on.
At that
Like
point, they
just
already
give him,
4 up.
just give him
Gives a fuck.
minutes. Exactly.
What's
at
one
that
more
point,
goal?
just fucking
That's kind
go.
of disrespectful to Maguire. I can't lie. Just sub on a player 4-0 up.
But he's stripped of
4-0 down.
captaincy.
Oh, is he got stripped?
Yeah, Bruno's the captain now.
Oh shit! I don't follow them along enough to know this.
Yeah, man, it's a weird time for United. After
But yeah, I would definitely give the youngsters a shot on
The last
Palace.
name?
Absolutely, yeah. Why not? At this point in our season, because I'm sure we'll go over it in later episodes. But I'm not expecting top 4 for next season anyway. I'm really not. So just
Shit.
just go for it.
Not expecting top 4
No,
for next
with
season.
with the amount of work we need, it's no. The amount of work we need. No.
We'll talk about it again.
But
when
yeah,
the
like I
season
said,
starts,
yeah.
depending on how many players you bring in.
that's a quick cover. Is it something you would agree with? Like with the stature of Man United,
No,
they have to get
they
top
have
4?
to, bro. We said. I mean, yes, we overhyped it because Ronaldo coming in, but the players that they have are stars, are caliber players. At least in my eyes,
They are. No,
They
you're right.
have,
But now
they
going
have the
into-
potential, and some of them are champions in different teams. Why can't they do it?
But now
Yes,
going into next season though, you see we have like a good dozen players that are supposed to even leave because contract expiring. They're already set.
But
They're
they're the
leave.
old ones. Mata leaving.
Right.
Okay, who gives a fuck? I mean, he's
but-
he's done what he's done. Who is the other one? Matic.
Mhm.
Who gives a fuck, bro? You barely use him.
Yeah,
So
but still,
does it
the
matter?
amount of players
That's
that are
extra
leaving-
money that they could give to one of the youngins that
But
are,
that
that are
doesn't-
up and coming. So that's not an excuse.
No, I'm just
There's
saying.
just old people leaving. I'm sorry.
Well, so hold on. I think what Marco's trying to say is that Matic and Juan Mata were never part of the plan to begin with. So you,
Mata
with
should have
them-
been the plan to begin with. He's the
but,
player.
but regardless, they were never part of the original plan. So you can already count them as having already been out.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna use that as like, oh, they're leaving, that was never really supposed to affect your progress or your expectations for next season because they were gone to begin with.
Right, but with the players that remain, we still need work. So that it's going to be a good summer. So that's why I'm not expecting top 4.
What do you need? 2, 3 players? 4 max? Honestly, what do you? I think you need a better center back. You need a maybe
defensive midfielder.
defensive midfielder, yes, and somebody because I think Pogba's also leaving. I've been hearing rumors about him.
Assuming he leaves.
Assuming he leaves, you need another center mid.
You got Lingard leaving, Pogba leaving.
Maguire should leave.
Let's assume Rashford leaves too.
Yeah,
Let's
okay.
assume Rashford leaves as
Take it.
well. Obviously Juan Mata, Matic. Who else we got?
Cavani, is it Cavani leaving too?
Cavani's
Cavani,
leaving, yeah.
Ronaldo. Let's put an asterisk
But
next to him.
yeah.
It's
Let's
not
say he
something-
stays.
Let's say if questions. Would he even want to stick around for a rebuild project?
He's not built. He's not there for rebuild. He's not his prime, but he's still doing so well that he could fit in any other team that will just need a
That's kinda
striker.
crazy, but damn. I mean, yeah, you're losing a lot of players.
So yeah, even though the players we're losing might not have been part of the project to begin with, it still leaves us with players that just obviously haven't worked out. So we still need new players. And especially Ten Hag coming in, he likes to focus on recruitment. He likes to give the academy guys a chance. So it's going to take time for them to get into the rhythm of being on the first team.
All right.
So no, not expecting top 4.
All right. Well, if you're gonna fan out there, let us know what you expect for next season as Ten Hag. Hopefully for you guys brings you back to the promised land, not for us. But yeah. Chelsea draw at home, 2-2 Wolves. Huh?
Son of a bitch, bro.
What?
I wasn't expecting that to be honest with you
Yeah.
at all. I know, and I don't know if you're gonna get into it or not, but you did a parlay, didn't you?
Dude, I mean, yeah, but Liverpool fucked me in the beginning.
You know who fucked me? West Ham.
West Ham. So
I had a 7 parlay. I won them all except for the West Ham game.
no
$5. I was gonna win $2,000.
No.
Wait, what'd you bet on the West Ham?
I bet that we're gonna die.
Why?
Whoa, what?
Yeah, because it
4-0.
the
Norwich have nothing to play
percentage-
for.
Huh?
Norwich have nothing to play for. Marco, I
was
want to smack you
expecting,
right now
yeah.
for doing that.
Wait, so you got everything right except that?
Except that game.
You thought
Marco,
you
what a-
thought
oh!
you thought that there was
Yeah.
gonna be a Pookie party and it was gonna be
no,
a
not a
draw.
Pookie ball. I just thought it was gonna be like a
Yeah,
1-1
there's
or
no one
something
on
like
that
that.
team. There's no one else on that team.
Just because how bad West Ham had been playing, that I was like, you know what, fuck it, let me just throw it and put a tie because the percentage was also a lot higher. I was gonna go into negative, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna wing this one. What are the odds of me getting the other 6 fucking right?
Well, that's what
And
you're doing a
I actually
parlay,
did.
right? That's what you're doing a parlay. He's like,
I
all
actually
right,
did.
no.
I actually did. That was the last game, and I got it wrong. I was like, all right. Well,
I've been doing
fuck
10-game parlays, a $1 bet. It pays about like $4,000.
they're crazy, bro. That money.
1-800 gambler, please. If
It's
you
$1
for
a
somebody-
weekend.
Yeah.
$1 a weekend for
I
did
38
fine
games a
for it.
week. It's not that bad.
Still.
But I did. I think
Yeah,
I
you're
had.
right.
I think I was gonna have that. That was one game that I was like, who do I pick? Because I seeing how Chelsea have been playing lately.
Yeah, what's up with that? Mental collapse?
It's weird. Like it's like going back to like how Spurs. You never know how they're gonna come out. This one was the same exact thing. Like Chelsea lately, it's been like, who are they okay or are they still fighting for something? Like, is there an internal issue? Are they tired? Are they gassed out? Well, yes, they have like the world's eyes on them because of the situation of the ownership. But we saw that at the beginning when it was a bigger deal, they managed it properly and they focused on their game. But the more, in my eyes, it went away and it became second news. It wasn't like the headline.
The more it sunk in.
It kind of like it kind of like they lost focus.
Mm-hmm.
And for this game specifically, when I was doing the play, I was like, I don't know if I see him winning it. And I think I put Chelsea to win, but I'm absolutely not surprised that they tied it.
Yeah, it's weird to see how they've dropped in form as of late. Nothing's really changed for them that I can think of right now. That
they're at Champions League. That's basically it.
So you would.
I mean, it's a
assume,
deal they
yeah, but what I'm saying is like nothing. There was no. I can't think of anybody who's not on a team right now that wasn't there prior that is majorly impacting their recent of bad runs. So it has to me. It has to be either the coaching or the noise in the background.
There's also like uncertainty with their players' contracts,
And
particularly defense.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, and just overall money in general, yeah. It's probably starting to sink in like, oh, if this deal doesn't finalize in time, are we going to get paid? I think is probably what's going on.
Doesn't Susha have like some 48% win rate at Stamford Bridge? It's pretty interesting. I think
pretty interesting.
I don't know if it's this season or last season as well. But yeah, he's definitely another knockout manager. Kind of the opposite of Pep.
Is it confirmed that the new ownership is already confirmed, or
The bid was approved, like $4 billion, like just under $5 billion or something like that. But now it's still got to go through the regulatory approvals. The Prem has to approve it. The government has to approve it before it can actually get finalized.
I forget until what date it is, but assuming there's a possibility if anything does fall through here.
I think it's the end of the month.
At the end of the month, their license to operate will no longer exist if there's nothing finalized by then. So that means Chelsea Football Club as we know it will no longer exist, which is crazy to even think of that as a possibility. But I don't think it's going to happen. It's too big of a football club. This is too much money. This is a cultural asset as they described it. So it'll happen. It'll get through. But yeah, man, Wolves impressing. I would definitely say they should probably aspire for some European competitions for next season, especially the way they played this season. That should probably be a realistic goal for them.
Yeah, they just got to work on having a little more consistency because they were in the race a couple weeks ago and they sort of just dropped the ball these past 5-6 games or so.
Mm-hmm.
So if they can just find a little bit of consistency, yeah, it'd be interesting to see them challenging for even the Conference League.
Yeah. Well, anything on Chelsea and Wolves, real quick, guys? You want to touch on?
Who the heck is Chiquinho? I've never heard of him.
Oh, that was a beaut. Once he came on, like I don't know if he came on, but he was playing prior, but he was like all over the pitch.
Yeah, I saw his name pop up as what would he get an assist or he scored or something like that, and I'm just, who the hell is this guy? Yeah. He's played less than 60 minutes all season.
What's his name?
Chiquinho.
Is that the American guy?
I have no idea who he is. That's why I'm asking.
I think Wolves have some USA guy on their team. Chiquini.
Chiquinho.
Did he start? No.
No, he came on. No, he
Oh,
came on.
he's
See, King is
Portuguese.
Portuguese. Yeah.
Who's an American guy then?
22.
But yeah. So no, nothing else.
22 plays left wing and right wing. He has had 6 games, 3 assists this season. He's
Yeah.
done a couple things.
So yeah, well look, that result has made not only the race for top 4, but the race for top 3 a little more interesting, because now after that result, Arsenal had to make sure they got the 3 points to get that game over Spurs and get 3 points behind Chelsea now. Which a few weeks ago we said, oh, it's a possibility, and then we were like, oh, never mind. And now we're saying, oh, it's a possibility again. But yeah, Arsenal.
It's a very real possibility that
It's
Chelsea could just get knocked out.
It could be, dude. This is football. Anything can happen. But
1 point difference. So
yeah, Arsenal 2-1 at home. And Kedia's taking advantage of his moment right now. 2 early goals. You couldn't ask for a better start. Red card. You think that it's game over. But
never put your hands down.
yeah, it was well, so look, I think Marco, I was really thinking about, I kind of looked back at the game and looking at the stats and everything. Aside from that goal, which really upset me because I think that's the first corner kick we concede all season long after we've been doing so well. So it sucks that finally happened. And there goes another clean sheet that we kind of gave up on as well. But that goal, I don't know, we just switched off for a second, and I got really bothered by it, just because I was like, we were doing so well to preventing those.
Unnecessary pressure.
Yeah, exactly. But I felt like the pressure was more on us and like the fans, because if you look at the actual game, aside from that moment, there wasn't really any other real opportunities on goal. We kind of held them, at bay.
On their side.
Yeah. So I think that was that whole pressure, that whole anxiety that we were feeling was more on us, because we're like, we know what could happen. We've seen this story before. Is it gonna get written like that again? Luckily, it wasn't. We took the 3 points, which is exactly what we needed. And now we go into a position on Thursday against Spurs where all we gotta do is win and get Champions League. I'm extremely nervous, but I kind of want to start off. I kind of want to talk about the game a little bit to see how you think we'll go into Spurs. And Kedia.
He has to continue playing.
Yeah.
You think he starts on Thursday?
Yeah,
I think so. I think so.
Yeah,
he's been looking really good. And this game, like that first goal. All right, I'm definitely taking this from another. His name is Gunnar Blog, and he's on one of these Arsenal podcasts. He made a good point, and again, don't take it out of context what I'm trying to say, but the goals that Nketiah scored are Aubameyang type goals. Not saying that he's Aubameyang, he's scoring like
he learned something from him.
But they're clutch goals right now. He's clutching it up for us right now, which is something that we weren't sure he could do. I don't think Lacazette gets that first goal. I don't think he's quick enough to get there.
He doesn't.
Eddie Nketiah is. I'm not saying give him a 5-year contract. I'm not saying that, but
or he's our next striker. We don't have to go look for one.
Yeah,
I don't know if well, I mean, yeah, I guess it's the same thing. He wouldn't be quick enough to get there, because I don't even think he'd be anywhere near it. He wouldn't be anywhere near it.
Lacazette?
Yeah.
I don't think he gets there. But Nketiah, he chases a lot of those lost opportunities, and he's gotten like a good 2-3 goals out of those opportunities.
I think this is his second one.
Yeah,
this
Chelsea
season
was one.
Yeah,
this was another one. So I think he has to get the start. Let's talk about Odegaard real quick. How good has he been since he's
future captain right there in the show?
He's a captain.
He's captain.
He's the captain.
He wins me little by little. I knew he could do it in the past. Of course, certain teams haven't given him a chance, but he came here. He said, "This is my home, and I see what Arteta's trying to do. I want to be part of it, and I have the skills, and I'm capable of captaining this team."
It's nice to have that kind of player who can do those passes and make you go like, ooh, like how'd you do that? Or
But not only the passes, he comes back and defends.
His hustle, his work rate.
He's such a phenomenal player, such a joy to watch. And again, those are the perks. That not only do you see him run all the way back, but then you see him make those passes, those 1-2 with Saka, those when he runs in and tries to find the little space he can find to get to make a pass back to Saka or to Nketiah now.
Mm-hmm.
Small things like that, you just can't do anything but fall in love with how he's
you can't
playing
teach
the game.
that. You can't teach that. That's the player who knows his craft and is getting more confident each game. To me, for Arsenal, at least from an Arsenal point of view, he's the signing of the season for us,
without a doubt.
But that's followed up very, 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 very quickly by Tomiyasu. And
how much have you been missed?
My man can play with both feet. No question about that. He's comfortable on both feet. It's crazy how like he can slot into any one of those positions in the back line. The back line.
Phenomenal.
And he completely phased out Rafinha in that game. I'm so happy that we have him back, but I'm so resentful that he was out for so long because I feel like Champions League would have already been clinched by now.
We could have been third place already
if he was there with us. But I mean, overall, great performances from him. El Neni, who is on the verge of getting a new contract, which I'm actually okay with.
I'm happy with that because he's one of those players that I've always, for the past couple of seasons, I'll be like, if he leaves, I'm all right with it. Like, to me, like, he didn't bring anything.
Yeah.
But we were blinded, and same thing with Nketiah, to a certain extent, that we were blinded to the fact that he only got 5-10 minutes in a game, and you couldn't really see his potential. You couldn't really see. He just came to do what the coach at the time was telling him to do. And sometimes it was to hold the ball back. Sometimes it was to kill minutes. They couldn't really do what they know they can do. And then he's one of those players. They didn't give him the time. Now that he's starting, we see that he has potential. Maybe not a big part of next season, but I can see him sticking around and being a key player for the moments that we have like injuries and shit.
You kind of got this point in my mind now with what you just said. I think Arteta deserves a lot more credit because if I told you this in the beginning of the season that we'd be in position to qualify for Champions League with a win. If not, we still have those other 2 games that we can win and still qualify with the likes of El Neni and the Boston being the main pivot in the midfield, and Nketiah being our main striker, and Cedric being one of our right backs.
I would have said if you would have said this to me at the beginning of the season, I would have said you're lying and you're fucking with me because there was no way that I would thought that would happen.
I can even say with the likes of like Martinelli and Saka, who are just again kids at this point, but
yeah, because you would have thought that Pepe would have picked up.
Yeah.
And you would have thought that Saka, and it would have been him and Saka, not Martinelli. Because remember, at the beginning of the season, Martinelli struggled to get that
game
start.
Time, yeah. I think it's a credit to Arteta for actually bringing out the best in these players and having us in a position now where we can actually qualify for Champions League with one more game. And I know, Nick, you probably don't understand how much it means to us right now, but we've been out of it for 5 years, so I want to hear that Champions League anthem. I want to hear that song.
We want to be able to. I mean, it's one game at a time. We want to be able to hear and be able to watch them play again on Tuesday and Wednesday, and again say Champions League is the best league in the
world. Yes. I'm tired of like not watching Europa. Well, actually, we didn't watch it last year, but I guess not watching Europa, but still, it's so close. I can taste it, and I'm just like, and that's what makes it even like more nerve-wracking because there's so much to lose here. Which is if you're a player, how do you go into that? I mean, I know what you should go into it, but how would you guys approach it? Like, we got to secure 4th place, or we can get 3rd place.
I think the bigger goal is 3rd place in my eyes. So I'd fight for that 3rd place.
Okay.
I'd say we have 3 matches, 9 points in front of us. Let's take all 9.
I just stay reserved. Just try to get 4th place. The only thing you get more than 3rd place to 4th place is a tad bit more millions of pounds. So you end up in Champions League either way. So
I could be sold because I made it to 3rd place because I got extra money.
I think just given how long it's been, you just secure it.
Secure it.
Just secure it. Anything extra is obviously bonus.
I would actually agree with you, Marco, on this.
Maybe
I think
it's
the
because
young kids like with some when you have and we all have we all have assholes. Like we have opinions, right?
of course.
So Johnny Go got mad at him the other day, but
I had never heard that
Yeah.
so I thought it was hilarious.
I think
this is
you guys have done considering how you started. It's gonna be an amazing documentary.
Oh,
Considering
I
how
can't
you
wait.
started,
I can't wait.
you guys have just gone. It's so much progress, so many great strides. I think everyone now knows by now what you guys are capable of. Just secure fourth and just come full at it next season.
Yeah, no, I could see both arguments. I just am trying to think of the mentality of the player. Like if you're going into like defending fourth place, I feel like that just brings more pressure and more
Time's up.
there's more
Sorry.
there's more at risk, there's more to lose. But when you're going for third place, it's like nobody expects us to do that. Let's surprise everybody. Let's give that extra and prove that we're better than what we
Let's shut Troop's mouth.
for real, right?
So would you say going for third place once it's mathematically secured Champions League, or like?
No,
No,
I'm
it's
saying
more
like
of a
this
mental
game. It
thing.
could, like obviously it's all building up to the Spurs game. So are you gonna go conservative? Like, are you gonna go for the 3 points? Are you gonna go for it? Like, how would you approach this game?
Nah, to go for the 3 points. But
No, if we're gonna isolate it and talk just Thursday, you go for it.
Okay.
That's gonna be a goal fest.
Yeah, because once you do it, you're that's Champions League qualified already. That's it. Then the third place is just and that's your cherry on top. But yeah, this I guess I probably phrased the question wrong. Going into Thursday, how are you going into it? Are you gonna be like pick your chances, or are you gonna again try to dominate the game and bring it to them? And
nah,
go for the 3
I'd bring
points?
it to
Yeah,
them.
you definitely take it to them because just like I said earlier, Liverpool's not going to compromise their game just to defend the opposition. Arsenal and Spurs are not going to do that either.
Mm.
So both teams are going to go at it. It's going to be fun.
Also, storyline. Getting Champions League, you gotta.
Like Harlane.
Yeah, so go for it.
Yeah. This is probably the biggest game that a lot of these kids are gonna play in. It has that, even though it's not. I know people are like ridiculing us for it, but it has that cup final vibe for us, just because there's so much at stake for us. That is, and that just shows how far behind we are from the likes of Man City and Liverpool.
Yeah, but it's also been an uphill battle that we've had all season or the past couple of seasons that we haven't been able to find ourselves in these situations. In the past we would have said, "Oh, going against Spurs, shit, fuck," and we don't want to say that anymore. We want to say, "Oh, Spurs, it's another game." We want to leave them behind and start saying, "Oh, Liverpool, okay, those are the ones that we don't want to keep on fighting the losing 4-0s and 5-0s." Like,
yeah. Oh,
but we want to go back to that. Spurs aren't shit. Spurs are this or Spurs that. We don't have to worry about Spurs, and I think that this is like kind of like a step towards in that right direction.
So since Sway isn't here, what do we think about Spurs?
Their toilet team.
I bet it says shit. What do you think about shit?
Spurs.
Thank you. All right, so that wraps up that conversation.
Stadium right there.
Right. Then we end the day on the Oil Clásico, where the new Oil did not win today. But I mean, we could talk about the game. I just really want to talk about Pep's comments, so I'll leave it up to you guys. What would you rather talk about, the game? Where
talk about his comments because I don't care about the game.
Okay. Pretty much, and I'm paraphrasing here, but he says that Liverpool winning the league is a lot harder, and that's why Liverpool have only been able to do it once in the past X amount of years. Is that saltiness, or is that fact?
That winning the league is harder.
It's fact.
I think probably
we've discussed in the past.
But is that him being salty, or is he just trying to like?
I think because of because of them being kicked out and seeing it now, I think it's pure saltiness. Because we all know that winning a league is harder than winning the Champions League, and because you have to be consistent throughout the whole season. But him bringing it up now is pure saltiness. It's because he was kicked out and he has nothing to fight for, but the league, and it's them to lose.
Well, are we all in agreement that the league is harder, or does anybody disagree with that?
No, I think the Champions League is harder, but I think winning the league shows who's the better team. Again, Sir Alex Ferguson only won 2 European Cups as a 27-year manager at Manchester United, going to 4 European Cup finals, only winning 2. So he won 13 Premier League titles. So it's not
That's what I was
winning
gonna
the
say.
European Cup isn't easy. So
Look at Real Madrid, the worst of 3 ties, still making it to the finals.
You don't have to be a phenomenal team to make it to the final.
But
you don't. And that's what I'm saying. Is like winning the league shows who's the better team. Because obviously it's consistency
we won the
over
league,
a
so we were the
38
team.
game season instead of over 13. So,
Yeah.
so I'd say the Champions League is definitely harder to win.
It's also what everybody aspires to get to win, to be able to say,
Yeah,
I'm
because
the
that
best of Europe.
competition is just full of intangibles and luck and everything. So, like for example, Liverpool got an easy draw. What was it? Inter, Benfica, Villarreal. Real Madrid got PSG, Chelsea, City. So it's obviously there's a whole lot of luck and intangibles and everything that goes into that tournament. So, yeah, I don't really mind too much Pep's comments anymore.
I mean, for me, it's pure saltiness. There's no reason for him to say that.
I mean, it's finally. I think a lot of people have been commenting about like Liverpool and City kind of kissing each other, kind of licking each other's asses when it comes to Pep and Klopp, kind of not really going at each other like it was with Mourinho or Pep or Mourinho with Arsene Wenger. So at least it's adding some rivalry.
What's the common denominator there?
So Mourinho.
There you go.
But at least it adds some WWE kind of
It did.
stuff. So
It did. It did.
Hey.
It was entertaining.
I think we also said the whole media likes Liverpool, something like that.
Yeah, that's another thing, that the majority of the fans are Liverpool fans. I mean, I don't know where Pep is from, but I disagree with that.
Yeah, the whole of England wants Liverpool to lose the Champions League final, and more than every other team that's not in London want Chelsea to win, and whatever. Like also like you have like rival fans calling like scousers, like bin dippers and murderers and whatnot. So I definitely wouldn't say Liverpool are backed by the media. I think at the beginning of the season as well, I think the BBC predictions, a lot of the teams had Liverpool in 3rd or 4th position. So
I think it's mainstream media. I think
so?
the fans like us, I think that's where you can really see the differences. But mainstream media, I would say, is probably more Liverpool biased. Because if you look at all the main ones, ESPN FC have the Liverpool guy.
There are like 2 Liverpool guys there.
Are there?
Dinosaur fucking hate
But still, there are 2 Liverpool guys there.
ESPN has
Sky
a
Sports has Jamie Carragher and Grim Saunis.
ESPN has a Liverpool guy too.
It's like they're all like, which you can't knock them for having that, because Liverpool and Man City are the top team, so you want to have somebody from there talking about it. So I would agree that I would say mainstream media is Liverpool biased, but that's mainstream media. Like, I'm not focused on that. I'm focused on the stuff that we do, the stuff that other podcasters and other reporters talk about. So I don't know. Would you think it's more? Do you think it's mainstream media, or do you think it's just in general?
Mainstream media, maybe. I think it's probably have to do with the whole project of Liverpool, kind of bringing it up from the roots and strategically acquiring players and managers and spending the cash the right way or whatever, spending the cash the smart way. So I think it's kind of have to do with Liverpool. Everyone kind of considers them, or a lot of these big pundits, like clean or whatever. So they kind of just sided with them. But yeah, I don't really care for it. I don't read articles. I don't watch Talk Sport and watch Simon Jordan. I don't really care for it, to be honest. But yeah, I'd agree. In the mainstream media, maybe it's more Liverpool bias, thumbnails and titles or whatever. But it's whatever, you know what I mean?
Guess it clicks.
Right. So
All right. Well, look, that wraps up the Premier League action. We have a lot of games actually occurring from here until Thursday. So, do we want to? You know what? We'll wait till Wednesday to give our Spurs prediction, because we'll be here for that. So let me give the other fixtures list pulled up. Alrighty. So, Marco, do you have the updated score lines, and can we give the predictions up until Wednesday?
If you give me a minute, I'll update it.
All right, so I'll give you a minute. In the meantime, what I'm going to do, I'm going to have each of you give me your moment of the week for the weekend. Or for the week. Sorry. Moment of the week. Duh. So, yeah. If you want, I'll go first. Buy you some time.
Yep.
All right. So, my moment of the week. I sent it to Marco. That way I had it for context later. Bristol Rovers needed to win their game by 5 goals more than Northampton today to get promoted. This was 2 days ago. Northampton won 3-1, so they needed to win 7-0. This is Joey Barton's men. And they did it. And there was absolute scenes as the fans invaded the pitch. and they get promoted to, I think, League One. If I'm mistaken. I don't know where they get promoted to, but yeah, that was my moment of the week. That was pretty epic to see, and I always love watching fans invade the pitch. But
It's always fun. It's always fun to see that crowd.
do you guys have one? Do you need, or do you need to buy you some more time? Then I'll give you another one.
Go give me another one.
All right, I got another one. Another one is, you know what? I'm gonna play it for you guys real quick, just because it was it's a new era at Arsenal right now. So I think what they're trying to do is incorporate our version
With the
of
North London thing.
Oh,
"You'll Never Walk Alone." Yeah, exactly.
I heard a lot of Arsenal fans don't like it.
Well, I'll be honest. I think the lyrics are very amateur,
Mhm.
but it's.
No, you should hook it up to the.
Oh no,
lyrics.
yeah, it's just a commercial, so I don't want anybody to hear the commercial part. I think that the lyrics were very amateur, but you know, I'm not even gonna play it. Fuck it. Yeah, it was very novice song, I would say, but the lyrics are based around the community. Some negative reactions, but I felt like I saw more positive reactions. It'd be cool to kind of have something like that before a game, kind of how Liverpool have, just to kind of get the atmosphere, the energy going. As long as it gets the hairs up in the back of your neck going, I think that's a good job. So we'll see if that continues on. So that's my other moment of the week. So do you guys have one yet, or do I need to give another one?
Yeah, I think just
Okay.
simply just staying within the premise, just watching that whole Chelsea collapse was great.
That's your moment of the week.
That
So
that Cody header was.
So he enjoyed more of a. So he's calling a 2-2 a collapse, but not a 4-0 to Brighton. All right.
Yeah, that's the game ended. I'm just like, yeah, well, that made sense.
All right. Okay, you chose Chelsea. That's fine. I second you on that. Anybody else want to follow up with that?
Yeah, I got one.
What's
That'd
your moment of the week?
Erling Haaland getting confirmed to Man City. So
Does this, if Man City go on to win the Champions League next season, is it gonna like take away anything after all of the investment and recruitment that Pep's had to make just to get that trophy? Like, I feel like he's gonna lose his value at some point. He's like just buying like literally every player that he can that's dominant at the moment.
I think so. It'll just be finally you've done it. So if he were to win it this year, it'd be a proper one.
Like,
Yeah.
It only took you 5 years.
And
But-
how much billions of dollars?
And that too.
Yeah, if Erling Haaland joins and a couple others like Frankie De Jong or Tejas Nunes from Sporting, so I don't know.
So apparently it's been Fabrizio, I think, confirmed it already. That David Ornstein, I think, confirmed it that Haaland is going to Man City. I'm no longer a Haaland fan. I'm over him. Oh, fuck him. He's overrated. I think you're right.
I
I
like
agree
when
with you.
when
I
you
just,
use the celebrations. It's entertaining.
No, I'm done.
Not anymore.
I'm
Okay.
done.
He
I'm done.
peaked.
He peaked. He's peaked. He's already in his downfall.
He's injury prone.
Marco, talk to me.
I don't know if it's a highlight of the week, but it's more of a little surprise. I'm actually surprised that Rafinha didn't walk away with another red card against the Arsenal. He was pissed.
He was
getting a very, very physical with a lot of not only his own teammates, but with little scuffles here and there with the Arsenal players too.
Yeah, he was.
He
heated.
did calm down during the rest of the game, but
Yeah.
that moment, I'm surprised he didn't walk away with the red as well.
Maybe then Arsenal would have put another goal inside with 2 men down, right? But doesn't work that way. All right. Well, look, that's all that we have for today. We will be back. Oh wait, no predictions, right? We got it ready.
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Well, not the predictions. It's the total.
Yeah.
Total points
So
as of
where
right
are
now.
we at right now?
First place is to yourself
Okay.
with 41.
Uh
There's a tie.
oh.
Nick and I,
They caught up.
34.
Woo! Wait, how much do I have?
41.
41. Okay.
So you're 7 points ahead of Nick and myself.
Very good. I can taste the trophy just like Champions League.
The battle against Gan Josue continues. Last place with 27.
Oh, wait, were you listening last week?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Josue with 28. So there's only 1 point.
1 point
1 point.
difference. Damn.
One
Yeah,
point.
because we both guessed a scoreline correctly, so that didn't.
All right.
So it didn't move us anywhere.
So we have to send this to Josue today to give us our predictions for Tuesday and tomorrow and Wednesday. So let's see, Gat, if you can overtake Josue. Let's see if Nick and Mark can break that tie. And I want to keep that cushion, so I'm gonna try to keep it nice and comfortable. Aston Villa, Liverpool tomorrow. Marco.
Liverpool coming in pissed. They're going for blood. Aston Villa is just another opponent. 4-1.
All right. Yeah, are you feeling confident like Marco is? Would you put a parlay bet? Would you put this in your parlay?
Yes.
Go negative.
But-
I know you're going for Liverpool.
But
it's gonna be minus 300.
Yeah,
Yeah,
to put like 10 games on that parlay to make it pay out.
I would only say 2-1. Liverpool.
Come on. Nick, will Stevie G kill their title hopes?
He should bend over, pause. For sure, because if he actually does manage to get something away from them, it'd just end up doing more damage to him than good.
You think so?
Not only did he
Yeah.
trip, I'm kidding.
It would. It absolutely. I'm being dead serious too. If
Wha-
he actually were to draw or win this game, it'd do more harm than good. Villa aren't challenging.
They're all riding that narrative of he's gonna win it for them on the last day against City.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, the WWE storylines, man, it's crazy. Script writers, they have something cooking. So I don't know.
What's
Maybe, I don't know if it's this week or against City. So
Do you smell?
the script writers got something cooking. But I don't know if it's tomorrow or if against City on the last day. But they got something cooking.
So you smelling it? Are you smelling it for tomorrow, or just still need some more time on the grill?
Will there be a new Aguero? But not Aguero. It's gonna be somebody else.
It'll be that. It'll just
Coutinho.
Villa's gonna win like 1-0 last minute Coutinho, but then
Oh
City
my
win on GD by like 3. I think they're ahead by 4 right now. They're ahead like on a 4-goal difference. If City do win on GD, I'm not. Even if Liverpool win a Champions League, I'm moving to the fucking jungles of I don't know Bolivia, or some shit. Bolivia. I don't know, but yeah, Stevie G. If you actually do manage to win or draw this game, don't.
He's like,
It's not gonna look good on
If he
you.
pulls
Trust.
ahead, he's gonna tell his team, "All right, own goal."
Yeah, for real.
Bring it
Yeah,
back.
He shouldn't. Dude.
Bring
He
it back.
shouldn't. Like you're not even challenging for anything, and it like just turn over. Like even if you win and draw, like it's gonna be more do harm than fucking good. Like it's not. It's not.
He
gonna
won't get
end
that
well.
Liverpool contract.
It's not gonna end well. It's not gonna end well. Everyone's gonna be like, second time you've
Fuck
did
us.
not.
Yeah.
So don't do it, Stevie G. Don't do it to yourself.
So Liverpool walking away with this?
Yeah, I'd say 3-0. 3-0
3-0.
Liverpool.
I mean, kind of hard to disagree. I give it Liverpool 2-0. 2-0 to Liverpool. Wednesday, we got a full roster, but we'll give you just a few predictions. We'll give you Leeds versus Chelsea. Leeds are in the relegation battle as of now. Chelsea, are in a Champions League fight at this moment because of where they put themselves. So, Marco.
All right, I'm doing this purely off of me be enjoying Leeds. I'll give it to them.
Just thinking like you and Nick are tied right now.
I'll give it 2-1 Leeds.
Okay, Gap. You seconding that? You do know
2-1
that
Leeds.
Ailing, their captain and one of senior players, is not going to be there, right?
2-1 Leeds.
All right.
2-0 Chelsea. But before, what would it actually take for Chelsea to drop out of top 4?
Wait,
They
Because
gotta
2-0
lose.
for Chelsea?
2-0
They
Oh,
just gotta.
okay,
They just
okay.
gotta lose out.
Chelsea.
They
You
gotta
gotta
lose.
lose.
They gotta lose
They just
every
have to
single
lose,
game.
one
Yeah.
game. We're one more point behind.
Well, no, to get out of top 4.
Yeah, but
Oh,
Tot-
out of top 4.
yeah,
Yeah,
Tottenham are
they gotta
5
lose
points
every
They
game.
have
behind.
to lose every single game.
Yeah.
And then Tottenham would have to.
Yeah,
Win
they all have
everything.
3 games left, so they just gotta
So
lose.
if Tottenham were to win every game, 3,
Well, then they'll knock us out.
so 9,
Yes.
62.
Chelsea
plus
need to win
9 is
2 out of their last 3 to guarantee at least 4th.
71, 66. So Chelsea would have to lose the remaining game. Tottenham
Yeah.
would have to win, and then Arsenal would have to
We have to win one.
win one.
Yeah, we have to beat.
Okay.
No, we have to win. If we don't beat Spurs, we have to win We have to win the other 2 games. That's it. So if we beat Spurs, we're in. If we don't beat Spurs, we have to win the last 2 games, which is very terrifying. Please do not put us in that position. But yeah. So you said 2-1 Leeds, 2-1 Leeds,
2-0
2-0 for
Chelsea.
Chelsea. I'm gonna go 2-1 for Chelsea. Watford Everton.
Big game.
It is a big
It's a
game,
relegation battle for.
Yeah.
It's Everton wins it.
but Everton's gonna win that. It's fucking Watford.
All right, so yeah, let's give it.
Watford
Watford
tax.
Everton.
3-1 Everton.
3-1 Everton.
And I actually think it'll be a 1. It's gonna happen.
That's a little too nice. I don't want it to happen, but it's Watford, so 3-0 Everton.
1-1. 1-1. You guys see that Roy Hodgson?
He was celebrating with
the
Crystal
Palace
Palace
fans, right? Dude, if
Yeah.
I was a Watford fan, my head would be hot.
That was fucked up.
My head would be hot if I was
That
a
was
Watford
fuck. He
fan.
hugged Zaha. He was clapping with the Palace fans after he just lost with Watford.
And that was the confirmation to
Yeah,
for
that was the
relegation as well.
confirmation.
Well,
That's funny.
am I mistaken? But wasn't he only going to be there to the end of the season?
I don't know.
Regardless,
so.
that's disrespectful. You're managing a new team and you're
Yeah,
celebrating
well.
with
He
your
don't
own.
give. He's old. He
He
don't give a
didn't. He
fuck.
didn't even
Wait
clap.
till Ralph does the same thing. When on the
didn't
last
even-
game again, when Ben State's gonna lose it, be like,
He didn't even clap for the Palace. For the Watford fans, he just went around and clapped for the
Right.
whole
Yeah,
stadium. Palace
that's-
fans, not the away section.
That's fucked.
Well, we'll see. They are home to Everton, so Nick is giving them a draw 1-1. I'm gonna say Everton gonna win this game 2-1.
I don't want it to happen.
All right, and then last game before the North London derby, we have Wolves hosting Man City. Wolves coming off of a big result away at the Bridge. Will they put a dent, or will they give a boost to Liverpool in their title chases? Marco.
No boost, 1-0, Man City.
2-0 City.
2-0 City.
3-0 City. Yeah, 3-0 City. And then we have the North London derby on Thursday, but we will save that for Wednesday. So yeah, that pretty much wraps up today's episode.
Tottenham play on Saturday as well.
Sunday.
Oh, Sunday.
Sunday to Burnley, who Burnley are also in a relegation battle. So although they should win that game, you can't really count them out. But then they have Norwich afterwards, so that should be comfortable for them. But yeah, we have Newcastle on Monday, which gets me a little bit nervous.
Newcastle. I was trying to think who else you guys played.
So that's why this
Monday night games are
I hate Monday night games.
under away as well. Damn.
So a lot going on this week. A lot of football. Season's coming to an end very soon. FA Cup final this weekend, right?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of football action. But that's it. That's all we got for today. Anything else, guys?
No,
We are the Bench Roomers, the bench with the voice, where the bench is always warm. Peace, everybody.